Hello, once again, it's Monty the Kumba, aka Urban Hot, aka Monty the Kumba, and today I decided to talk about what is a snitch. And for some reason, it just seems like to me that who I call thugs or criminals, gangsters, people who have a criminal type mind, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was a guy that was in those streets, so when I say this, I'm not saying this to offend no one, but I'm just saying because I've been there and I've done that. And what is a snitch? Alright. And the way I was taught, a snitch was somebody that put themselves in a situation most likely they shouldn't be in, voluntary, and then decide that when they get caught, that they're gonna use somebody else's situation to get out their situation. Now you got some people that that says snitching is whenever somebody tell on you, period. You know what I mean? And coming up, in that lifestyle, I kind of fell into that, you know, agreeing with, the thugs, the gangsters. But then I started thinking about it as I got older, you know what I mean? How can you take your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, your father, grandfather, uncles, people that's not criminals, people that's not part of the crime life, how can you put them in a position where you would call them a snitch if they decided that, they want to protect their neighborhood, neighborhood watch, all these organizations that's trying, that's built to help the neighborhood. So why would you take your mother, your sisters, your brothers, anybody in your family that's for the most part innocent bystanders and put them in a situation where, you done force them to comply by your rules in the hood when they have nothing to do with what you doing? If you want to sell drugs, you want to rob people, you want to kill people, then you need to be on your own feet. You need to leave that to people, you know what I mean? You know, let that, let that be part of your situation. Don't make everybody your situation, because that's not right. You can't call somebody a snitch because they don't want this stuff in their neighborhood. And for real, who in that right mind want that kind of lifestyle neighborhood? People want to be in safe situations, and if you a person that's not willing to do what it takes to improve that situation, then you against the situation. And I remember I seen I think it was an article on Jay-Z. It was years ago. I believe now he probably think differently now because he got a lot of money now. But and he was saying to us, saying stuff like he'll never be a snitch, or like he's still following the codes of the street. But you got too much money to be following the code of the street. You know what I mean? You Jay-Z, Nas, 50 Cent, Cameron, all these dudes. You're not that gangster no more. You got too much money to be that gangster. And for those who are gangsters, you need to find a way, to play the game right, man. You can't get mad with somebody else because you decided to go outside the rules. In the basketball court, basketball court got lines all the way around. They got lines within the perimeter. You know what I mean? That you have to know, how far to go. And if you throw that ball outside of bounds, it's out. You know what I mean? Plain and simple, that's the rules. So if you can't follow the rules, why be mad with somebody that is? Like, I remember a situation one time, my friend, he had just got out, he had done about 15 years, right? He go in the store, he got a little money, he go get some snacks. He ain't been on the street for a long time, so he get his snacks, sodas, and little stuff he needs, cigarettes, whatever, whatever he do. And while he was doing that, somebody came in and robbed a store that happened to look just like him. It was somebody that he knew, and that person knew him. The dude that robbed the store didn't know that old boy was in the store. So he robbed him and messed around and killed the cashier. Ran out, boom. Everybody running, they seen the commotion going on in the store. Next thing you know, they arrest him because he looked like the person. Now, according to the street code, he supposed to wear that, as long as the dude that did the crime take care of his family while he's in. But in this day of time, even in the mafia, the mob, ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody taking care of nobody else's family behind some bull. So, anyway, somehow he ended up getting out of situations. But I done seen situations where the dude don't get out. Dudes being there 20 years behind crime that he didn't do because they decided they weren't going, tell, snitch, whatever you want to call it. So he supposed to spend the rest of his life in jail for killing somebody that he did not kill. So the streets will love him. So the streets will respect him. But what about his mother? His kids? His family that love him and depended on him. So what he gonna tell his son when he grow up? Yeah, I had to keep it by the codes. I had to keep it to the street. You know what I mean? So, I'm in here for the rest of my life. But, long the streets love me. That's good. That's not good, man. That's not good. That means you basically a damn fool. Because you taking the responsibility of someone else. And you going through the changes and the pressures it is to be in a penitentiary. The pain, people not writing you, money. People trying you in there, thinking you soft for whatever the situation behind something you did not do. So what do it justify? Who do it justify for? Who you doing the time for? For the person that did the crime? Like I said, you may know the person, but the person not your best friend, not your mother, not your kids. You know what I'm saying? To me, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail for me. I'm going to jail for what I've done. I'm going to jail. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to allow myself to go down for no one. I done seen them gangs, man. That's why, for real, I guess the best thing for anybody to do really is to mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Be in your own little circle. Do your thing and try to stay out of the way of harm. But sometimes, you can't avoid everything. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, it could be someone's destiny, I mean, you can't have right without wrong. You can't have up without down. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to know what good is, you got to know what is bad, And I believe some people are created to show you that, you know what I mean? That's their job, is to be who they are so you'll know who you are, But for the most part, man, leave them innocent bystanders alone, man. Leave them people alone, man. You coming in the neighborhood with that stuff, man, and expecting them, come on, man. Yeah. Life is too short for that, man. A snitch. You know what I mean? The word snitch, snitch, snitch. I've been hearing this word my whole life, you know what I mean? And, how you gonna decide another person's life, without them wanting it to be like that? It just ain't right. So what is a snitch? Is it somebody that don't mind their business? You know what I'm saying? Is it somebody that's a snake? I mean, when you call somebody a snitch, man, I guess, you could call somebody a snitch if he within that game you playing. If y'all playing the same kind of games and doing the same kind of things, then, and he violate that rule, I guess he might be that snitch. But if you telling somebody to choose their life over telling what really is the truth, where does it end? You know what I mean? Why put yourself in a situation where somebody can tell on you anyway? Snitch. That's the name that means snitches get stitches and all that, man, And the people, and what's so funny, and what's so ironic is that a lot of people that say this, snitching that, them the dudes that snitching. Them the ones that getting people off the block because the other dude making too much money or doing that, man. And like I said, ain't no loyalty among thieves. That's what they say, and that's true. You know what I mean? How you gonna be a thief amongst thief and then expect it to be some honor? Because using the word snitch instead of thieves, it's still the same thing. You know, if all of y'all criminals and y'all doing things together, come on, really, man. When it come down to it, every man gonna be for itself. Now you got a few people that lay that life out there on the line for somebody else. They feel like it's close, but for real, you know, that's like, you know, you and somebody go do a crime together. He say, yeah, I'm going to here, I'm going to do this, I'll be right back. Now, he ain't tell you that he going to kill this dude, you know what I'm saying? So he come back and, yeah, man, something went wrong, and he in a bed. Now, you didn't agree to that. So, but I bet you and guarantee you that the dudes around you, it be half and half. Someone will say, man, shit, you better go ahead and tell them people what happened. And you'll be some man, I'm telling you, man, you better hold your, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get away with it, man. All y'all do is keep your mouth closed. And in some cases that do work. But for real, man, it's all about doing the right thing, trying to come out that mentality, trying to be a better person, trying to, you know, help your community, help the kids around you. Because for real, I think it's feel better to do something great than to do something wrong and dumb and stupid because you feel like you a part of an atmosphere, you know, or you what they say a product of the environment. You know what I mean? I'm a product of the environment, and I've made my mind up that, man, that's not the route I want to go. So what is a snitch? Who knows? Peace. I'm Monty the Cooper / Urban Hot.